The idea for the World Band came about midway through 2020. The pandemic had just shut the world down. We were in Los Angeles, Ryan was in Dallas, so our main way of communicating was through Zoom calls. It was on one of these Zoom calls where Ryan came up with the idea to make a world band using Pete Meekin's Song of Hope. His mission was to create the biggest ensemble that we could with as many musicians as we could. And it didn't matter if they were just starting out or if they had been working professionals. Ryan didn't care. He wanted everybody to participate. The idea overall was brilliant, but from a production standpoint, it was a huge undertaking, especially since we had such a small team. You had Ryan as the idea guy and driving force behind the project, Pete Meekin, the original composer and songwriter of Song of Hope, Chris Haig, our director, Luke Wyatt, our editor and cinematographer, and then myself, the producer. First step, we needed sheet music. Lots of sheet music. Pete created different versions for every possible instrument and even broke those instruments down further for every skill level. So in the end, we had 53 different versions of sheet music. Next, we created a dedicated page on our film website with a reference video to play alongside to and links to the sheet music options. And then it was time for Ryan to work his magic and invite the world to play.
We're trying to put together the world's largest ensemble, a world band. So we're asking everybody to be able to join me in playing Peter Meekin's Song of Hope. If you want to be able to participate, you can. And we ask that you do. Just record it on your phone, make a video, so that we can give hope and inspiration to thousands, if not millions, of people.
We immediately started to get responses, and big names were joining in. Lee Loughnane from the band Chicago, Doc Severinsen, the infamous Tonight Show band leader, Rashawn Ross from Dave Matthews Band, members of Canadian Brass, Boston Brass, Foden's Brass Band, Dust Bowl Revival, first chairs of the Seattle Symphony Orchestra, Dallas Symphony, the LA Philharmonic. Not only that, everyday musicians from all over the world were participating. Schools, youth groups, colleges, concert bands, you name it. The responses we were getting were amazing and pretty overwhelming. As hundreds and hundreds of submissions were rolling in, we realized we had this massive data collection and organizational task on our hands. So I jumped in and started to create a spreadsheet that listed out all of the video submissions, including their name, location, what instrument they played, whether or not they were part of an organization of some sort. All of that information got put into one place. As this was happening, Chris and Luke dove into the actual video submissions because not only did we have to figure out how we were going to get all of these videos into one cohesive piece stylistically, we had to actually figure out which part of the song they were playing and sync it into the proper place in the edit. Luckily, Chris was an experienced horn player, so with his knowledge and understanding of music and my spreadsheet, we started to weave this massive musical web of players from all over the world into one timeline piece by piece. As this all was happening, Ryan's health was rapidly declining. The treatments were no longer keeping his cancer at bay. In fact, in his submission video, you see him standing in front of his mantle in his living room and he's slightly turned to the side. What you don't see is that he has a massive tumor on the right side of his neck and his right arm is completely swollen. But he still played his solo beautifully because that was Ryan. As we were in the edit bay trying to get the final video done, we had learned that Ryan had gone into the hospital, but we weren't really getting many updates outside of that until we received a photo of Ryan's CT scan, which just showed that he had tumors everywhere. So we knew that we were definitely up against a ticking clock. Chris, Luke, and I basically locked ourselves in the edit bay and worked as hard as we could just trying to get the final video ready so Ryan could see it. We spent several consecutive 14-hour days working until we had every single video submission in place. So we exported it and sent it over to Ryan and Nikki on a Saturday so they could watch it in the hospital that evening. Ryan unfortunately passed away that following Tuesday, but he did get to see his vision come to life. The final piece of the World Band really embodies what Ryan and Cancer Blows are all about. It was a great example of the music community coming together and creating something wonderful, even when times were tough. It's amazing to see how many people did share their talents with us, and the video actually became a big part of the climax of the film itself. and is still something that we as a team are extremely proud to have been a part of. We had gathered an ensemble of over 1,400 submissions from 35 different countries, with ages ranging from 6 to 92. Truly a world band.